Hey everyone, welcome to another lecture. Now in this lecture, we are going to register the new user. But before doing that, we need to enable the email authentication services from the Firebase console. So let's go ahead and enable that from the Firebase console. So I'm going to open up my Chrome and go to the Firebase console here. And if you remember, this is the app that we have integrated our Android app with. So I'm going to open up this particular Firebase project. And now from here in the build section, we have this authentication, right? So click on that. Right now we are opening it for the first time, so it's going to display this welcome page here. So I'm going to click on get started. So now here from the sign in method, if we go to the users here right now, it says we don't have anything and we need to set up the sign in method. So click on this and it will redirect it to here in the sign in provider method. So we have this lots of sign in provider that we can integrate in our application, and we'll be talking about phone, Google, Facebook and Twitter and everything in the coming lectures. But for now we are interested in this email and password, right? So now here we can enable this email and save the setting. Now we are good to go. If we don't enable this, you are going to get the error saying that you don't have permission or something like that. So if you get that kind of error, you need to come back here and enable this email and password sign-in providers. Okay. So now let's go back to our Android Studio and start registering the user. Okay. So in the last part, we extracted the data, we validated the data, and now we are ready to start registering the user. So to register the user, we are going to use Firebase authentication class. So let's create the instance of that class. So Firebase auth, I'm going to give the name as FireAuth, okay, fauth, okay, for the Firebase authentication. And now here we need to initialize that class. So fauth, and what we can do is Firebase auth dot get instance. Okay, so now we can use this Firebase auth to create the new user. And that is really simple. You don't need to worry about anything because Firebase provide the really simple classes and method to implement this login and registration. So by the time the control comes here, as I said, we already have our email and password, right? Since we are not storing this full name right now, we'll do that later. Right now, we are just storing the email and password, okay? So let's go ahead and call the Firebase auth or instance of the Firebase authentication that we just created. Now here we can use create user with email and password method that is provided by the Firebase, and as you can see, the suggested by the IDE here, we need to pass two string, that is username and that is email and the password, not username, email. Okay, so we already have the email with us and we need to pass the password. You can leave it just like this here and run this application and it's going to work. But what happens if you get error? You know, if you have the error in your data or some kind of error is there, then we need to find out what kind of error is that and we need to solve that, right? So to be able to find out what happens after this create user with email and password is called, we can add the listener here. So we can add on complete listener, on success listener. So I usually add on success listener, so that this method is called, this onSuccess method is called here whenever this create user with email and password method is executed successfully. In other case, if that is not the case, then we can add failure listener. Okay, and here I can add on failure listener, new on failure listener, and it's going to display the exception message that is generated when this operation is failed. Okay, so what we can do is we can just display that exception message. So let me use e.get message here. Okay, so if the email format is wrong, if the password is less than the defined length, then it's going to give the error. So but let's say our creating user with email and password operation is successful, then what we can do is we can send the user to the dashboard. Next page. In our case, we don't have anything right now. So what I'm gonna do is I want to send the user to the main activity. Okay, so if the user is registered successfully, if the user account is created successfully, then I want to send him to the dashboard. I want to send him to the main activity, which is our dashboard right now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the activity main here and change this text to okay. And now let's go back here and send the user to the dashboard. Okay, so I'm going to start the new activity, new intent, and now let me get the application context, and I'm going to send that to the main activity class. And I also want to add the finish here. That means whenever user create the account successfully, they are automatically going to logged in into the application, okay, and they are going to go to the main activity, and I don't want them to come back to this register activity. So that's why I'm adding finish here. That means it's going to remove the all other activity that was opened before from the back stack. Okay, so user won't be able to come back using the back button. Okay, now let me run this application and show you guys if we can register the user or not. So I'm going to run this again, open my emulator, go to create account. Now I'm going to give my name, some sample email, and I'm going to give the password, that is 12345, and we will see what happens here if we give the password of length 5. So I'm going to click on register, and it says data is validated, and it says the given password is invalid. It should have the length of 6 or more than that. Okay, so we need to give the password of length 6 or more than that. So let me add 6 here. Now let me click on register again. Now data is validated and we are set to the main activity. That means we have successfully created the account. Now let's go ahead and confirm that we have created account or not. So let's go to the Firebase dashboard here, and let's go to the user, and here you can see the identifier is email that I have given in the registration form, and this is the user ID and everything that we need here. Okay, so that means we have successfully added the user. Okay,